Good evening. My name is Michelle Kropp, and I'm a longtime resident of Strathcona County. I own and operate 2 businesses in Strathcona County and am actively engaged as a resident. I'm a mother of 2 and volunteer for an array of local organizations and charities. I am also the woman who has spent close to 3 years in court and conflict with some members of Strathcona County's council regarding our pot-bellied pig, Eli. No matter what role I am in or hat I'm wearing, I am proud to call Strathcona County home. And it gives me great pleasure to introduce the future mayor of Strathcona County and the candidate who has my full support. Jacquie inspires me most as a compassionate and considerate woman who gives of herself and her community. Jacquie has inspired me and others to believe in the power of our dreams and has encouraged entrepreneurs to harness their passion through strategic vision and connectedness. Jacquie is a leader who leads from experience and knowledge, as well as her understanding of the past, present, and future. She is a visionary who is not afraid to look outside of the box, and as such is a successful business owner, entrepreneur, and politician. Tonight, she will introduce her economic statement for her campaign as the new mayor of Strathcona County. She provides a wealth of knowledge because she has been actively involved as a politician, as a community member, and as a volunteer on several boards. She brings experience and success in both growing businesses and respecting our unique municipality that represents both urban and rural areas and people. She has demonstrated her passion, her work ethic, her expertise, and her ability to lead and take complex strategic vision and make them a reality. She is the perfect blend of urban and rural, and she walks between both worlds with a full understanding and appreciation and respect for both. Now more than ever, we need a mayor that is a go-getter, a doer, an accurate representation of our community. It is my honor to introduce our new mayor of Strathcona County, Jacquie Fenske.
Well, good evening, and thank you, Michelle. And thank you also to those who own and operate businesses in this municipality and who create the jobs who support our families, jobs that put food on the table. I'm releasing my economic statement deliberately here at the Sherwood Park and District Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is a community partner that represents businesses of all sizes, from the one-person, home-based enterprise to our large industrial employers. All businesses in our county need ongoing support. These community builders provide the jobs and opportunities our friends and neighbors need to support their families. Now, governments aren't great at creating jobs, but they can develop policies that aid in attracting and retaining businesses right here where you and I call home. And to help those businesses out, I propose a procurement policy with a local focus. One thing I will do when I am elected is to push our council to include a local knowledge scoring requirement when sending out requests for proposals. I certainly won't exclude out-of-region companies from bidding, but we have to place a value on local business and all the ways that they help to create community. They do so much for you and your neighbors, either through taxes, employment, and local social causes. We need to do what we can to keep them operating, keep them viable, profitable, and to keep those jobs here. Our world is constantly changing and transitioning from one generation to another. The seniors' home that is built today to meet today's needs, as the millennials begin to outnumber the baby boomers, those buildings must accommodate our children, your children, and your grandchildren's needs. Quality construction and development should have flexibility and withstand the test of time. The parcel of land in Sherwood Park that was given to the province for a new courthouse and returned to the county this year is the perfect place to start to create a new and unique development that can be home to seniors today, house childcare, and create a vibrancy in our community by promoting artists, singers, musicians, and dancers, with space left over to fill the service gaps that we know are needed, such as hospice care. Strathcona is and will continue to grow and change, so let's improve it. I don't know how many times we hear that we lose valuable windows of golden opportunity or the construction seasons because the permitting process seems to be a never-ending process. This has to stop. If Edmonton can simplify their processes, certainly we, with 1/10 of the population, can do better. As a matter of fact, because we are a smaller, more nimble and smarter community, we should be able to do a far, far better job. If residents are building homes and want personal service versus having to apply for a permit online, we can easily make that happen. We should value our staff, demand the best of them, and expect good decision-making, not paralysis by indecision. We should be finding win-win solutions with our developers, our builders, and our community. And these decisions must occur in a timely fashion. Several years ago, while I was on council, we created a cross-departmental team that met with industry to help them through the permitting process. It works. It's like one-stop shopping. We need to implement that same type of service across the board, from land developers, business people, to individuals who want to make improvements to their homes. We want our children to see Strathcona as their home by choice, but we fail to ensure they have housing that they can afford. We want inclusive and dynamic communities, but we insist everything has to be done the same old, same way, which we know has led to years of delay and additional costs. I want results. As a matter of fact, I expect results and action on this issue. I also expect more action in the area of tourism. What an opportunity we have with miles of river valley and the potential for exceptional development along the bank. Forget industrial storage. Let's talk about Alberta's exciting new world-class destination. Let's get thinking outside the box, because we can. Not only do we have an opportunity to attract more visitors, but we can do a better job at promoting being a tourist in our hometown. A golden opportunity for a Canada 150 tourist passport has come and gone. Let's not let opportunities to attract visitors pass us by. Let's make sure visitors stay in our hotels, shop in our stores, and eat in our restaurants. You know, I am proud to have pushed to host the 2018 Agricultural Service Board Tour. I know it will be as successful as the last time we hosted this group. I can still hear people rave about our community from what they saw and what they learned. And we can do more as a municipality. We can go after those conferences because every municipal line of business attends a conference. Let's get those conferences and those dollars here into our local economy. Our petroleum industry will continue to play a significant role in providing jobs, tax dollars, and community support. And I will be there for them. The jobs they create are valuable career choices for many families that call Strathcona home. I was there in that room at the very beginning when Vern Hartwell and Eric McGann gathered council together and drew a small heart on the county map. And they began to identify the benefits Strathcona had when it came to creating Alberta's industrial heartland. Rail access, river access, primary highways, and land availability. That was in the mid-1990s. This is 2017, and it's time to create the next vision, the next center of excellence. And I have a vision. Strathcona has what it takes to create the Center for Excellence in Alternative Energy and Environmental Initiatives. We have a base of businesses to start with. Our major industries are already moving in that direction, and we can partner with them. Let's remember, too, we are home to a UNESCO site. Let's attract other like-minded businesses and create the critical mass necessary to become the powerhouse of Canada in research, design, and construction of viable alternative energy initiatives. You need to be informed and kept up to date. and council needs to hear what opportunities you are aware of. I want to establish an active ambassador program that reflects the diverse nature of our community. I want it to be an active working group, more than smiles and lapel pins. Business owners, community volunteers, farmers, coaches, and artists will all be encouraged to apply face-to-face time with the people who live, work, and do business in this community. How can we improve if we don't hear firsthand from the people we represent? How can we improve if we don't take action on what they tell us? You know, if Leduc can attract Ford, is it too much to imagine that Strathcona can attract Canada's Tesla Centre for Distribution? Beijing, Amsterdam, Hong Kong, Strathcona. Well, of course, that's a big dream, but let me remind you a little bit about me. I demand action. You don't see me taking 3 years and 2 lawyers to decide if Eli can come home. What a waste of everyone's time and tax dollars when a good old conversation is what was needed. I, like you, expect value and accountability for my tax dollar. Why are so many buses running empty? Why don't we have traffic responsive lights? Why do we change the stop signs when they are perfectly good? These are questions people are asking me. They're saying it's time for a change. Well, let me remind you about the Ardrossan Rec Centre upgrades, or Festival Place. I was on that feasibility study team. The Strathcona Country Classic, mentoring women in business, advocating for action on rural homelessness. I have first-hand experience in business. I worked and had continued to work with not-for-profits, boards, councils, and I've been with the provincial government. I have that experience. I ask you to compare my accomplishments with any of those who are running for mayor. It's important because, you know, we have some big issues facing us, not the least of which is that industry currently provides 65% of our tax revenue. But changes are coming. We must have a plan of how we're going to handle those revenue adjustments. Strathcona needs a leader who tackles things head on, who walks the talk, is strategic, and can work with business, can work with regional and local teams. I am that leader. Let's get started on October 16th with me, Jacquie Fenske, Strathcona's new mayor. I'm asking for your support, and I'm asking for your vote.